In this brief tutorial, we're going to teach you how to do RedCloud collaboration. And a RedCloud collaboration is basically the ability to either export our transactional data out to a third-party system or import identities from other third-party databases. I'm going to go ahead and log into the appliance. First step I want to do, because what I'm going to do today is do an identity import pull from collaboration. So I'm going to create a collaboration using a SQL database, and I'm going to pull last name, first name, and unique ID from that database and populate my identities section of the RedCloud appliance. So I'm going to go ahead and click on identities. First thing I'm going to do is show you the identities that are currently in my system. I'm going to do a generic wildcard character search, and I'm just going to hit search. It shows you that system administrator and myself are the only two identities that are currently loaded in my RedCloud system. So let's go over to collaboration and take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and add a collaboration here. I'm going to call it SQL. Mark that installed. My appliance is RedCloud based. That's the name of this appliance, so I don't have to make any changes there. Now I have to select my collaboration type. Now the cool thing here is, while it's not the entire list of collaborations that we do, if you want to populate the identities section of a RedCloud system, we have three databases that you can pull from: LDAP, Oracle, or SQL. So if you have an LDAP Active Directory database that you want to pull information from and populate it in here, you can certainly do that and synchronize that up. SQL, again, or Oracle. We also allow you to push transactional data out to other third-party systems like PSIMs or SIMs that are going to be listening for our transactional data so that they can enunciate it. And we can do that using things like generic XML, SNMP, or syslog. For today, we're just going to do that SQL import. I'm going to show you how I can import an identity into the system. I'm going to choose my host path, which is 192.168.1.118. I'm going to connect via SQL standard port 1433, and I'm going to go ahead and log in with my SQL password. I'm going to save that. Once I save that, you notice that the database down at the bottom made a connection to the database, to the SQL instance that I connected to, and here's a list of all the databases that I can import data from that are running in that instance. I'm going to choose Access Control 2. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Next thing I want to do is go ahead and go to the Schedule tab, and I'm going to go ahead and schedule when I want to do this synchronization. Now I have a choice here. I can either do it every X number of minutes, seconds, hours, days, whatever you want. For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on seconds, and I'm just going to do an import every 30 seconds. Additionally, I can post this out. Maybe I only want to do it for a short period of time. Maybe I want to do it indefinitely. In my case, it's going to be indefinite, so I'm going to go out, say 22 years into the future, and let this thing just continue to do its thing. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Next, I'm going to do, again, for this brief demonstration today, I am just going to import last name, first name, and unique ID, these first three columns. So that information in my database is stored in what's called the EMP table, or the EMP table. So I'm going to hit this drop-down box. Here's a list of all the tables in my database. I'm going to go ahead and go to the EMP table where that data is stored. Here it is. Once I do that, my columns expand, and now I'm connected to that table in the database. I'm going to pick ID for unique ID, last name for last name, and first name for first name. Basically, I'm just mapping table to table, data for data. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and save that. Now, bear in mind, if I had all this other information that I wanted to collect as well, I could certainly do that. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Additionally, if I wanted to import tokens, or in our case we call them tokens, some people refer to them as badges, I can import the badge information. I can import the photos as binary large object files or blobs, user-defined fields, as well as our roles data. We can import that as well. Okay, so I went ahead and saved that identity pull, and by doing so, it instantaneously went ahead and did the identity import. So let's go back to the identities section. I'm going to do that same wildcard character search again. And if I scroll down, you can see Jennifer Aniston, Tom Cruise, John Kennedy, etc. have been imported in as part of that record import. So there you go. That's how easy it is to set up a collaboration in the RedCloud appliance.